Good morning, beautiful people. As we're getting ready for the day and having our morning coffee, I thought we would talk about something that doesn't get enough attention. What happens when parents envy you instead of nurture, and when your gifts spark resentment from them instead of pride? Some of us weren't just neglected, we were targeted, and by the very people who were supposed to love and protect us. And when you grow up in that type of house, having parents who are jealous of you doesn't just cause childhood trauma, it reshapes the way you see yourself and others. How many of you have someone right now who is excessively jealous of you simply because you're you? They didn't just become like that. They probably grew up in one of these houses where their parents were jealous of them. And when you grow up like that, you believe that life is one big competition. You're constantly proving yourself or feel like you have to prove yourself. And you're constantly in a competition even when no one is actually competing with you. Come with me and let's continue this conversation as I find an outfit for work for the day. Hearing the mention of parental jealousy is foreign to some and jarring to others. Parental jealousy looks like over-criticism that is directed at your confidence. Constant comments on your weight when you have no weight issues. Comments like, "You'd be cute if," "You're a pretty girl, but," or refusing to fill out your college FAFSA forms because they never went to college, so they are not a fan of seeing you go. Or refusing to help you while you're in college, thinking that the stress will make you quit. It's covertly attacking you in a way that chips away at your self-esteem, self-worth, and confidence, but goes undetected by others. Incidents like this often happen in what's known as tricky households. Outwardly abusive households were openly seen by family, neighbors, and teachers. But in tricky households, everything seems perfect to the outside world, but behind closed doors, the verbal and emotional and psychological abuse that is happening is soul-crushing. Okay, I'm not sure about this one. I'm loving the skirt, but the outfit total, all I need is some white gloves and I'd be ready to pass the collection plate. Okay, yeah, it's a no on the Usher outfit, so let me see if I can find something else. Meanwhile, back to our topic at hand. And the reason that this topic is important is because whether you're talking about parental jealousy, narcissistic parents, the wounds that the hurt causes follows us all of our life. And the older you get, the more your unhealed wounds dominate your character and personality. So if you spent your life in a one-sided competition, you're going to continue spending your life in one-sided competitions. Only now, instead of competing against your parents, you're competing against people in the world that you see may be better than you at something, may have more than you at something. Feel like you have to outdo them in some way because you're still trying to prove your worth. I mean, can you imagine being a high school student and you are excelling in your chosen extracurricular activity to the point that you have a state champion trophy for every year you were in high school? And the year you go away to college, your very first home visit, whether it was Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever the case may be, you come home to discover that your mother has thrown away every single trophy you won. And why did she throw them away? Because they were taking up too much space. That's the reason. Because they were taking up too much space, which in turn is another way of saying your light was shining too bright, and everywhere I looked, I saw it. So I had to dim it and put it out. Can you imagine what that does to the spirit of the child? What that does to the mindset of that child? So now, instead of looking back and seeing the trophies that I won, I now have to try harder to win more trophies. I now have to prove to you that I am worthy of you celebrating what I've done instead of throwing it away. And when you do that, now you've got a person out here in this world trying to make the rest of the world feel like they need to celebrate them so that they don't throw them away too. Ooh, okay, chocolate. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. So I'm not going to stay in this closet all day trying to find an outfit. I promise this will be the last one I try on. But back to what we were talking about. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 says, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy." Parents were never meant to compete with their children. They were meant to protect and guide and delight in them. But instead, there are parents out here trying to sabotage their own children and still expect to be respected because they're the parents. They are quick to quote Ephesians chapter 6, verses 2 through 3 that say, "Honor your mother and father, that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy a long life on earth." But what they conveniently forget to mention is verse 4, which says, "Fathers, do not anger your children to wrath. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord." If you grew up with jealousy instead of love, please know it wasn't your fault. If envy was present, that was ego. And parents were called to train their children in the way of the Lord, not in the shadow of their ego. And for anyone out there that's saying it doesn't say whether or not your parents were toxic or not, it just says that you have to honor them, baby, I'm going to need you to shut up. Just shut up, okay? This is not the conversation for you. I'm talking to the people who are still trying to heal from the hurt. Anyway, you were not a problem child. You did not lack focus or drive. You were thrown to the wolves because your parents saw in you what was missing in them. But your light, your resilience, and your self-love became the power and the strength that helped you to lead the pack you were thrown to. It helped you turn your pain into power. Today's affirmation: my gifts are not a threat, and I am and was always enough. Okay, I like this one. I'm feeling this. Third time is a charm. If anything that was said spoke to you, drop a wolf in the comment section. We were thrown to the wolves, but we're leading the pack now. And let's always remind each other, we weren't broken by their jealousy. We were built by our resilience. Thank you for getting ready with me. I'll see you next time. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Healing with Hope and Faith.